What's up, guys? My name's Paul. Welcome back to the channel. Man, the Jags have done it again. They've taken me, a sad, frail, hopeless Jags fan, and turned me into this. A ridiculously over-the-top, over-exaggerated, delusional, just ridiculous Jags fan, okay? Let's talk about it. All right, guys. If you have not yet watched the introductory press conference of James Gladstone, you should go watch that. I watched it today, and I am back to being a full-fledged, die-hard, delusional Jags fan yet again. For a long time now, it's felt pretty grim and pretty hopeless, and we're back, baby. We're back to the days of optimism here in Duval. Now, my initial impression of James Gladstone, this is the first time really we've heard him speak. I've watched a couple videos of him on the LA Rams YouTube channel. Seemed very articulate, very confident. But right off the bat, you can tell this guy just like exudes confidence, and not in like a cocky or arrogant way. But if you had any doubts about this guy being able to command a room, you should not have any concerns. This dude is, he's got the swag, and more than anything, he just seems genuine. Like, he seems like a genuinely good dude. I really appreciated the way that he conducted himself and the way that he was giving thanks to the Snead family, and the way that he talked about Les just bringing him up, and how that has really shaped and altered the trajectory of his life. And, him spending those few minutes giving Les Snead the flowers that he did. As a fan, like, I just appreciated seeing that. One of the things that really stood out to me was when he was talking about just being yourself, being truly authentically who you are, and how that in and of itself is going to improve the organization, the roster, things like that. And, that can kind of be a cliche at times. It can kind of sound corny, just be yourself. But the way that he delivered it, man, I really believed it. And I was really bought into what he was saying, and I appreciate that. And it's really true. Like, if you stop and think about it, it's you are who you are, and trying to be somebody that you're not doesn't benefit anybody in life. And so I appreciated that tidbit of him and Les Snead's kind of ideology about being unapologetically yourself, being one of the best things in life, and that general mindset. And I definitely think that that's a culture shift that I'd like to see. One of the big takeaways from this press conference between Shad, Tony Baselli, Liam Cohen, and James Gladstone, and Mark Lamping, across the board, there's just a new energy to this franchise, and a new level of transparency and authenticity that we have not seen at all in Jacksonville. There was no reading between the lines. Everybody was authentic and honest answers. And you can tell that these guys have a vision, and they aren't just here collecting a paycheck and going through the motions. I really loved what Tony had to say about not focusing on the past, but we're looking ahead. We're future oriented and looking forward. And, we have to go prove it. Everything is about winning games from here on out. And none of this matters unless we win football games. And I loved that. There's no celebrating a press conference. There's no winning the offseason. They're being very real and just saying, listen, we know we're young, but we have to go prove it. I loved that. And I think that that is a big part about all of this, and why I'm so excited as a fan right now is because of Tony Baselli, honestly, because my opinion is none of this happens without Tony being the EVP. Liam Cohen wouldn't be here. We'd probably be rocking with Robert Saleh, GM candidate. It would probably still be Balky. And if not Balky, it's probably Ethan Waugh. And so I just think that Tony is really the catalyst for change that we've needed. And I think that him being a bridge between the fans and the pulse of the fans to ownership is really just groundbreaking in this organization. And that's going to be transformative throughout. I really enjoyed listening to James compare his time with the Rams and building that team up from a struggling organization into a Super Bowl winner. And what caught my attention was him comparing that to the situation the Jaguars are in right now. He mentioned that when the Rams hired Sean McVay in 2017, they were coming off a 4-win season. Sound familiar? And he talked about bringing in the right people, adapting to the ever-changing NFL landscape, and building a team that can sustain success. And the best part is he knows how to navigate having a ton of draft capital. The Jaguars over the next 2 years have more draft capital than any other team in the NFL. He just came from an organization that had 24 picks in the last 2 drafts, and look what they did. I mean, they knocked it out of the park, absolutely crushed it. This guy knows how to maximize draft capital and build for the long haul. Overall, I couldn't be happier about the Gladstone hire. Again, you guys need to go watch this press conference. I loved every second of it. I was eating it up. More than anything, he just seems like a guy that everybody can rally behind, and like the players can connect with, the coaching staff can connect with, the fans, the entire organization. Everybody can just rally behind this guy. And I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited to see him get to work in Jacksonville. Now, guys, obviously none of this really matters unless we start winning football games. And it's just like Tony said, they have to go prove it. Unless there's a winning product on the field, it'll still be the same old Jags. But right now, as it stands, I am more hopeful now than I ever have been as a Jags fan. And I'm so looking forward to football kicking off again. And I promise you guys, it's going to be a fun ride. If you're on the fence about the Jags and you're watching this and you're like, I don't know, I'll believe it when I see it. I feel you, but get in now. Now is your time to jump on the bandwagon because it's only up from here. I'll be posting videos all throughout the season. So guys, if you're enjoying the content, please give it a like, consider subscribing, and stay tuned for future videos. And check out this video from last week.